I was just about to get into the NBA Finals recap real quick. That's the first topic of the day. So, I mean, like I said, but right before you got on, I said congratulations to the Miami Heat. You know, a lot of people didn't think they would have got this far into the NBA Finals and stuff of that nature, and a lot of people didn't think that the Nuggets was going to go. And I was one of those people to admit on live TV just to say that I was one of those people to not pick Denver to be in the final. So I was just about to go through the box score and through the team stats and the breakdowns, but I want to get your thoughts real quick about how you felt about how the game 5 went.
I mean, super low scoring, pretty much how the whole you know series has gone. Um, it was a good game. It was a good game for basketball fans. It was low scoring. It was back and forth a little bit. Like, nobody like they didn't run away with it. You know what I mean? They
Right.
didn't. They didn't completely give it away. But I mean, after the last few games, I mean, it kind of went to par. Just like everybody. Well, I won't say everybody. Just like most people thought it would. Like it was going to come down to the third and fourth quarter. Whoever wins them third and fourth quarter, that's who's going to win the game. And it was just like they just did enough to push past them.
Yeah, they did enough to push past them, and people got on me in the live stream yesterday saying that I was questioning Coach Spo. I questioned Coach Spo in that third quarter because if you notice, when you saw the Miami Heat, when they go into a zone, Denver struggles in their offense. They struggle in their offense, and when you go into that zone, Miami can get more rebounds. Miami can contest better shots. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it came down to the zone defense, I was like, why did Coach Spo go back to man? Because if you go back to man, you're having mad mismatches when you're playing small ball. So when you know you don't have a big guy that outside of Bam Adebayo and Kevin Love, you really can't count on Cody Zeller. You don't want to go into a switch where you have a guard on Nikola Jokic. You don't want to go into that situation because Nikola Jokic is going to dominate whoever's in front of him when it comes to small ball. So when it came to that third quarter, it kind of got away from Miami, and I see that Coach Spo went back to the zone, and that's why this game was so competitive because you see that in the zone play, Miami's more aggressive defensively when they're in zone play instead of being in man.
I agree with you.
And let's get into the box score real quick, and we go talk some more about this game in itself. So if you look at the starting 5 for the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler surprisingly led the team with 21, but he was 5 of 18 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. Most of that came in the fourth quarter. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but I am going to get on Jimmy Butler though. I am going to get on him. Kevin Love, only 3 points, but when it came to defensively, he was good defensively as far as getting blocks, boxing out, fouling him, getting a little bit physical. So I really wasn't expecting him to shoot the ball as much anyway. I thought he was in there for defensive purposes. But Bam Adebayo, 9 of 20. He had 12 boards. He didn't have that many assists, but he did have 20 points. Gabe Vincent looked like crap last night. Looked like crap the last 3 games. 3 of 13, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line, only 6 points. Max Strus didn't play his best, but defensively, I thought he was really good defensively in this game 5. So I'll have, 5 of 12 from the field, 1 of 6 from the 3-point line, only 12 points. But on the defensive side, I think Max Strus kind of stepped up in that way. Duncan Robinson had not really a good game with only 5 points. Caleb Martin played 32 minutes with only 10 points. I'm sorry, but I feel like if you put the ball in Caleb Martin's hand more than you put it in Jimmy Butler's hand, I think Caleb Martin in this finals could have been more quicker and elusive to go to the basket instead of thinking and just reacting and just go and take it what the defense is giving you. Kyle Lowry definitely was big in this game. I'm not gonna lie, he came with 12 points off the bench. He played 34 minutes, but he did have 9 rebounds as a guard. 9 rebounds for his age. That was pretty effective. So they did shoot 34.4% from the field and 26.7% from the field. And surprisingly, they only lost 94 to 89 the way they shot the basketball. So, and if you look at it from Denver Nuggets situation, Gordon only with 4, but he was in foul trouble. But Michael Porter Jr. finally had the best game of the finals as well. Best game of the finals, because if you look at it, he looked like crap in the last 4 games. So he had 16. Jokic had 28, 16. He only had 4 assists, but he still came out with a double-double. Jamal Murray with only 14 points, but he did hit some clutch shots when it was needed, especially with KCP. KCP was definitely not playing well as well. 4 from 10 from the field, but he only had 11 points, but did some crucial plays when it mattered. Bruce Brown with 10 points off the bench. Christian Braun, or Christian Brown, whatever you want to call his name, 7 points off the bench. 45.2% from the field, and only 17% from the three-point line. Give me your thoughts on that, man. Give me your thoughts on that.
So I mean, I thought this like midway through the third quarter. Like I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I'm sitting here watching the game, and I'm just like, the role players played a huge role in this game. You know what I mean? It wasn't all stars. And the simple fact is, it was just like the Denver Nuggets bench and their team guys played just a little bit better. Not much, just a little bit better. Because I mean, if you look at it, both Jimmy and Bam had 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if they just have two other guys, in double digit figures.
Outside of Max Strus, because Max Strus was the only outsider that was a starting 5 that had 12 points.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you're expecting that from Vincent. You're expecting that from Martin at this point with the minutes he's getting. Lowry, and then again, you have to look more. Kevin Love, he should get at least a couple good looks by the 3-point line. You know what I mean? Like, it's all these guys have to contribute, whether it's a lot or a little bit, whether one thing or another. You have to, especially in games like this. And again, it was just like one team played just a little bit better than the other one.
Because if you look at it from the shooting standpoint, both teams did not shoot well.
Look,
they didn't shoot well at all.
I'm going to be honest with you. By the second, by almost, it was like 1 minute into left in the second quarter, I was like, man, I think Miami's going to take this game. I don't know. I like literally, but then they came out in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and they let Denver close the door. And it's not like it was like, again, like they weren't running away with it. Right. It was definitely a winnable game, but it was just that they didn't do what they needed to do.
And I feel like I'm not going to lie, even though I am a part of the Heat culture now, I'm gonna have to say to Jimmy Butler getting fouled at the 3-point line, I think that was a bad call. I didn't think Jimmy Butler, I mean, it kind of sparked him a little bit in that fourth quarter getting fouled, but I still think that it could have been more of an offensive foul than a defensive foul on Aaron Gordon, because he kicked the leg out, kind of kicked him in the nutsack if you see it. So for me, that was one of the calls that I thought they got wrong in the game. I'm not, because one thing about me about being a basketball team fan or any sport fan, that I'm a realist. Like, if a call is a bad call, then it's a bad call. I'm like, if they're going to give it to him, then fine, give it to him. But at the same time, in my personal opinion, I would be like, yo, that's a bad call. We shouldn't have got that call. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me personally seeing it as it, like, yo, the refs called it how it called it. We move on and we go on and keep playing ball. But I just feel like, to me, going into this game, Spo went back to the zone. It worked. Jamal Murray struggles when he's in that zone, and you've seen it. Well, he only had 14 points. But when you started going back to the man, and I understand it's the fourth quarter, it's under a minute, you want to man up instead of being in zone. But you see, they ran away with it once you got out of the zone in that fourth quarter. So I just feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You get what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So for Coach Spo, I understand that you know this is game 5, this is an elimination game. You trying to win and go back to Miami and stuff of that nature. But it was just some things that your players was doing, especially with turnovers at that, which we're going to get into the team stats as well when it comes to turnovers. Because if you look at the turnover ratio, it's funny because Denver had more turnovers than Miami. They had 15 turnovers. They still won the game. When Miami only had 8. But in the crucial times, it was when the turnovers came about in the crucial times, and when Jimmy Butler threw the ball away, when he tried to drive to the basket and he threw the ball away to KCP. I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is it. My Denver's about to win this game. And my question to you is this, Mac. How do you feel about Jimmy Butler taking that shot with 25.7 seconds left? Do you feel like, because for me, I thought it could have been take the 2 and foul. You had enough time to score real quick and be down 1 and foul one of the probably a bad shooter, whoever was not a great foul shooter there. Because if you look at the foul shooting for Denver, they was only 13 of 23. They was not making foul shots at the line. So you're gonna put somebody there, they could have missed 1 and made 1, and you would have been down 2. But how you feel about them? How you feel about them taking that quick shot there with 25.7 seconds left?
So, I mean, okay, again, here's the whole thing. If he makes the shot, that is a huge boost. That is possibly them getting the momentum to win the game. Okay. So the positive versus the negative on it, like, yeah, now we're sitting here thinking about, like, man, they should have come up with a better play. Absolutely. Absolutely. Eric Spoelstra, he's one of the best coaches in the league. You would think he would have a little something better drawn up, or at least prepared. But again, you know what I mean? It's what happened. If he, like you said, he makes the shot, he's possibly the hero. He misses the shot, it's, man,
But do you
everybody.
think it was too early in the clock to take that shot? You see what I'm saying? Do you think it was too early to call that 3-pointer right there? Like, you should have drove to the basket, got the foul, and forced them to shoot foul shots? Because
Yeah,
it was 25 point seconds. I would have thought if it was like if it was like 7 seconds or something like that, yes. But it was 25.7 seconds left. If you was only down 1? No, down 4, down 5, something of that nature. I think no, they was down 4 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was down 4 when 25.7 seconds was on the clock. And I just feel like it was too early in the clock. I think it was too early to take the shot.
I mean, like I said, I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying. But again, it's, maybe it was Jimmy's decision, maybe it was Spoelstra's decision. Maybe Spoelstra said, go down and get a quick look, and go for it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm me personally. Bad idea. Yes, I completely agree with you. Bad idea. But in the sense that, like I said, if that's how it was called, then you know what I mean. Like, what's Jimmy gonna do? Not take that shot?
Why not? I mean, why take? I just feel like I just don't like the choice of taking that shot too early in the clock. Understand it's the NBA Finals, and you did not need to rush 8-3. Now, if you had a better play set up to have him open, because that shot was contested. So if you had a better play to get him a little bit more open and be more confident about the shot, then I wouldn't have an issue with it. But the way the play was set up, I felt like you could have drove to the basket and got a foul, got to the foul line, shot 2 free throws, and then you should have started fouling from there. But the fact that you take it at so early in the game clock, I just felt like it was just a bad choice from Jimmy Butler to take that shot. It was a bad choice.